Good morning. Our topic is electric field. Now, to understand the electric field, let's suppose something in case of the gravitation that suppose a ball is here and that ball is at the stationary condition. When we leave this ball, it will move toward the center of the earth, that is the earth. Just consider, this is the duster. When we leave this duster, it will move toward the center of the earth. Why so? Why it happens so? Why not it remain stationary? The ball will not move. Is it not so? It will move to the center of the earth. Why so? That means there is some hand that will bring the ball to the earth. There is some ropes that will bring the ball to the earth. No, it is not so. But there is some physical quantity which acts such way that bring the ball to the gravity. And that physical quantity is known as gravitational field. Likewise, if we consider suppose here is the charge and that charge is the Q. And if any other charge will come in the place in between the charge Q, so on that case we will find that there is either attraction or repulsion on the test charge, and that is either attraction or repulsion that depends upon the nature of the test charge. Here it is the like charge, here it is also the positive, here it is also the positive. On that case there is the repulsion. So force act, that force is the repulsion between the two charges. Why so? That means there must be some influences, some influence of the charge Q which repel the test charge or which attract the test charge, that depends upon the nature of the test charge. I use the test charge. Again the question arises, how it happens so? That means there is some physical quantity which, some physical relation which bring the or allow to move. We know that the charge either positive or negative, and the nature of the force, nature of the behavior, whether it is attractive or repulsive, that depends upon the nature of the charge. So here there is the repulsion due to the like charge. Why it happens so? That means there must be something, there must be some physical relation which either repel or attract the charge, and that physical relation is known as electric field. So we understand the electric field, it is the space or the region around the charge, around the source charge within which its influence can be felt. That means that its influence is what? That depends upon the nature of the test charge, whether it is repulsive or attractive. That means the force acting on the test charge. And this is why due to the electric field. So electric field, somehow we can understand that it behaves as a hand for the push or for the pull. Or we can say that it behaves as any holding material which bring the charge towards or away. That is the electric field. It is invisible. We cannot see this one in a particular way. But its influence can be seen. And that is the electric field, and it is represented by the electric field E. It is the vector quantity. Just compare these two, that in case of the gravitation also, whenever we hold someone and leave that, it will move toward the center because the mass are always attracting. There is the force. There is the force of attraction. And by this sense, we can understand the gravitational field. Here it is the electric field which either repel or attract each other. Now that means every source charge, every charge has its influence on the other test charge, whether that influence to bring or to allow to move outward, and that is the electric field. So first we write the definition of the electric field. It is the space or the region. Here I am writing electric field. Symbol is the E and it is the vector. It is the space or the region around a charge, around a charge, around a charge body within which charge body within which its influence can be felt. So we understand what actually is the electric field. Now, electric field, that is the space or the region within which its influence can be felt, if that influence is the either force of attraction or the force of repulsion. Now, we do some more activity here to understand the electric field like this. Suppose this is the charge and that charge is the Q, capital Q, and some test charge is here and that test charge is the Q. So we will find there is the repulsion on the force on the test charge Q1. Suppose there is another test charge that is of the 2Q. On that case we observe here the force will increase. That is, the force increases by the test charge. That force increases due to that charge will increase, on that case force will increase. One thing we observe here, and if suppose that charge is fixed constant and that constant charge will move to the different region, to the different space of the source charge, on that case we will find the field is different. Suppose that charge Q naught is bring to the certain space and it experience some force, and that force is the F. The same charge is bring in another space, and on that case it will experience a two times of the force. And that means what we observe here, and somewhere we bring that charge and the charge will not get any influences. That means the charge, there is the different field, and here the force is F, here the force is 2F. It itself represents that the strength of the field. What it represents? The strength of the field. Here the force acting due to the charge here, let it be the Q, and here the force acting on the test charge is the due to the greater value of the Q. So these two represent the strength of the field, and that strength of the field is itself known as the electric field. Or it also represented as electric field intensity. The purpose to understand this is the same charge when bring towards the charge Q, it will offer certain force F. Where when this charge is bring in the space of the 2Q, it will offer twice of the force. Let it be the twice of the force. That means the 2Q has the greater strength as compared to that of the Q charge. And that means the 2Q has the greater electric field as compared to the earlier Q charge. Or we can say that greater field intensity. All about is the same and all have the same value, that is the electric field E. Whether you say the strength of the field, whether you say the electric field, whether you say the electric field intensity or the strength intensity, or we can use the electric field density also. Or it is also known as electric field density. Electric field density. Earlier we come to know what actually the electric field. It is some physical relation which behaves in the form of influences of the charge to the other charge. That electric field will represent the strength, the intensity, the density of the source charge acting on the test charge. It is the test charge. So on that particular behavior, we represent the definition in the other ways. The electric field strength or the intensity may be defined as electric field intensity. Electric field intensity or the strength of the field or the strength of the field may be defined as the electrostatic force per unit charge. Their electrostatic force, listen here, that is this is the positive charge of Q and there is the region around this. And the test charge is the Q plus positive here also, and the influence is the repulsion. There is the electric field from the center of this charge, electric field E. Now listen and remember, just now what I have written, electric field intensity or the strength of the electric field. Electric field may be defined as the electrostatic force. From where? Electrostatic force per unit positive charge. Per unit positive charge. Positive charge acting on a vanishingly small test charge, vanishingly small test charge. Vanishingly small test charge. That means this is the field that we are talking about, this field, that the charge is here, Q is the charge and the small test charge, this is the vanishingly small test charge. That means it will not disturb the effect of the source charge. So the nature which we study is the electric field and that field of the charge Q, not the test charge Q. That's why it is vanishingly small, means of negligible, almost negligible value compared to that of the source charge. So at that particular, we will find the intensity of the source charge over the test charge, or the what the strength it will feel due to the source charge is the electric field or electric field intensity or electric field strength. So strength may be defined as the electrostatic force per unit positive charge acting on a vanishingly small test charge is the electric field intensity or the strength. Now this is the behavior we have, the force experienced by the test charge due to the source charge, and that force so we can write the electric field is the strength, so electric field E is equal to, that is the F by the test charge. Now it is vanishingly small, that means almost the test charge tends to be 0. So we write down the electric field is equal to limit Q naught tends to 0 for the force experienced to the test charge by the test charge. Now this is the relation that electric field is the force, electrostatic force per unit positive charge acting on a vanishingly small test charge, and that is represented. Now one more thing, it is a vector quantity. Which one? Electric field is the vector quantity. So we will write the vector in both the places. So that become the relation E is equal to limit F by Q naught. Few points we must note about this electric field. That is the note 1. That first one, electric field is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. That means it has a direction, and a direction, just we remember here, it has the direction. Now how can we know the direction of the electric field? So for the first point, we see the direction of the electric field, that is, whenever the charge is placed now, direction, how we understand about the direction? So it is the electric field Q, or in place of this or the space around this, if the unit positive test charge Q naught, that is the unit positive test charge, is placed in the region of the Q, on that case the motion of the test charge, which type of test charge? That is the unit positive test charge. The motion of the test charge will represent the electric field. Motion of the test charge will represent the electric field, and test charge must be the unit positive. Whatever the direction it will follow will be the direction motion, that is the direction of electric field. For what? That direction, that means the direction represented by the unit positive test charge, and it is outward or inward, that will be given by the test charge. The motion of the test charge, the motion of the test charge gives the direction of the electric field. So we come to the conclusion, what is the factor for the direction? That is the motion of the test charge. If we consider the negative here, negative charge Q, So on that case, whenever we make it free the test charge Q naught, on that it will move towards the negative. So on that case, the electric field has the direction towards the, here it is away from the source charge, here it is toward the source charge. It is the source charge. Who will represent the direction? The motion of the test charge. Motion of the test charge here also. In both the cases, we come to the conclusion the electric field has a direction. Here the electric field has the direction outward. For this one, outward. But here we will see the inward direction. Inward. And who will represent the direction? The motion of the test charge, of the test charge. So first point, it is a vector, that means magnitude is as well as direction. For the direction, we come to the relation that unit positive charge when in motion, that will represent the field direction. So that is the first point. Second point is the regarding the dimension. Now see the dimension. Dimension of electric field. Dimension, note point, here is the note second. Note second. Dimension of electric field. Just we have the relation, that is, it is the force by the charge. So we write the dimension of the force, and that is the mLt minus 2, and in place of the charge it is the AT. So that have the relation, and that is mLt minus 3 A minus 1. This is the dimension of the electric field. Now regarding the unit, third point, SI unit of electric field. SI unit of electric field is, that is the, just see the relation, that is the Newton per Coulomb, or we may write by the electric field as a gradient of electric potential. So on that case, volt per meter. These two are the unit of the electric field. Now we will learn the expression for the electric field. Just the expression see here. Suppose any charge is the source charge, Q is the source charge, and any test charge is placed, it is of Q, that is the vanishingly small test charge Q. Another test charge is the, again it is the 2Q, and likewise these are the vanishingly small test charge, but the value are different. So what we see, there is the different force acting on the test charge, different forces acting on the test charge. It be the F, it may be the F dash or 2F, like that. It is the one condition which we come to know, that is electric field regarding the force, that force is directly proportional to the charge. And earlier we come to know that the force also depends upon the strength. We talked earlier that when charge is bring to the different regions where the different field are acting, that means that force is directly proportional to the electric field. Now this is the first relation and this is the second relation. For the second relation, we have learned in the just a few minutes before that there is the two reason. When you bring the test charge here, it will experience certain force. When you bring the test charge here, it will experience double of the force. That means there is the electric field E1 and here is the electric field E2 and E2 is greater than E1. That means the force that depends upon the electric field. So these two relations we have. Now that force is combining both relation, combining both relation. So on that case, F is directly proportional to, force is directly proportional to Q into E. For the proportionality constant, we write any constant that is the K Q into E. Now K we will see in SI the value of the K is equal to 1. So on that case force is equal to Q into E. Now this force is a vector quantity. Why we study this one? This is in the form of note point 4. Why we come to this one? Because we have to know what the force, whether it is outward or inward, that depends upon the nature of the charge, not the field. Nature of the charge represents the direction of the force. Here, this is the equation number 3 that represents nature of the force. Nature of the force represented by the depends. Nature of the force depends on the nature of the discharge. That means if now condition is here. If the test charge is positive, if the test charge is positive, on that case, the positive test charge we have taken, on that case, the test charge is positive, that means the direction of the electric field, that is, the direction of the force is along the direction of the field. The direction of the force is along the direction of electric field, and vice versa. That means if the direction is, if the charge is negative, test charge is negative B. If the test charge is negative, on that case, the direction of the force is negative, that is minus Q. That is the direction of force is against the direction of electric field. That is electric field event. So the direction of the force, but we come to the conclusion that depends upon the nature of the charge. And if it is positive, the force direction is along the direction of the field. If it is now negative, the force direction is against the electric field direction. But the electric field direction is always represented by the motion of the unit positive charge. That important one. Now, for the expression of the electric field, we have the relation. Suppose The force experienced by the force experienced by the discharge. Here Q naught is the discharge. The force experienced by the discharge due to the source charge is according to electrostatic force. That electrostatic force expression for expression of electric field. How we will come to know that the expression for the regarding the electrostatic force. So electrostatic force is represented as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q. Here is the capital Q and discharge Q naught. And let's suppose it has a certain distance from this, and this distance is the R. According to the electrostatic force, that force is represented as the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by R square. And here is the force experienced by the charge. That force is equal to Q naught into electric field. Now these two are, it is the electrostatic force, both the charge whenever you leave this charge at the point P, on that case it experiences some force due to the source charge, and that is the electrostatic force is the F is equal to this one, and that is equation number 1. And by the definition we come to the conclusion that the force is equal to Q naught into E. So this is the equation number 2. Now again comparing or equating 1 and 2, we get what? That is the force. Here Q in naught into E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is the Q naught by R square. Now this Q naught and Q naught is cancelled. So it will give the expression for the electric field at 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. And this will give the magnitude value of the force. Now whenever we take the vector representation of this in vector, so on that case force vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here we have the Q into Q naught by R square, and here we take the unit vector. That unit vector from this, that is the unit vector. And the force is also represented as F vector is equal to Q naught into E vector. Again we compare the equation 1 and 2. On comparing that Q naught into E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is Q naught by R square unit cap. Again Q naught will be cancelled. So on that particular we see that the electric field E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is the Q by R square into unit cap. Or since we know that the R unit cap is equal to position vector by the magnitude, so this electric field may be represented as, that is the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R cube to the R position vector. So this is related with the position vector. This, when we use this one, the electric field relation with the position vector is the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square into position here R cube here, R cube into position vector. So electric field with the unit vector, here we have the electric field with the unit vector, and here with the position vector. So both are equation number 3 and equation number 4 in vector representation of the electric field. We can express in the different way also. For example, if we consider the location point for this electric field, so expression for this electric field, that is electric field here intensity due to the point charge. Electric field intensity due to the point charge and the point charge when the source charge lie at the origin. When the source charge lies at the origin. So in that case, here this is the relation x, y, z, and at the center of this coordinate O, that is the source charge, and any point P, there is the test charge, and that is the location is the r position vector. From the r unit vector, there is the force experienced by the test charge. So here we see the electric field. That electric field is equal to force E vector is equal to limit F vector by Q naught for Q naught tends to 0. Now according to the electrostatic force, since electrostatic force is given as so F is vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is the capital Q small q by r square with the unit position vector. Now we substitute this one here. So electric field E is equal to, that is the limit Q naught tends to 0. For Q naught tends to 0, and we have the relation 1 by Q naught into, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is the Q naught by r square into unit cap. So Q naught cancel. So on that case, electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. There it is the Q by r square into unit cap, and that will give the electric field again in the different way, that is the with the unit vector. Now for the position vector, since unit vector is equal to position vector to the magnitude, so on that case electric field is represented as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it is the Q by r cube into r unit position vector. So these two relation, that is the expression for the electric field. In the next class we will see the position vector and the superposition of the electric field with the number of charges. Thank you.